part of the video where people hate me.
Hey, what's up you guys? Sharpness Prime here, doing my first Game of Thrones Legacy Collection Funko action figure review on the Jaime Lannister. I gotta give a big thanks to viewer Theron for making this review possible. He sent over a bunch of these Game of Thrones figures my way, and this guy's from Series 2 over here. And if you're trying to get your Game of Thrones figures, you can get a Big Bad Toy Store. Big. Get your big badass toys at BigBadToyStore.com. Click the link in the description below. We get nice packaging. Get a window box right over there. I like this, silver foil look that we got going on right there. He's number 7. It's a gloss black right over there. Then on the side of the packaging, you get the line. That's the family crest, Lannister crest, I believe. And in Series 2, you also get Jaime Lannister, Brienne of Tarth, Arya Stark, Khal Drogo, Robb Stark, and Daenerys. So anyway, let's get to it and crack this thing open. So here's the the King Slayer out of the packaging, and these are very cool figures. So far, I'm thinking the Game of Thrones TV show is okay. I'm halfway through season 2 right now, and I think this figure is actually really cool. I'm really liking the figures a lot, and they really remind me of Marvel Legends because they just have a lot of detailed paint apps, nice sculpting involved, and really good articulation too. I think this really has the likeness of the actor. I think it looks great. But anyway, let's take a closer look at the weapon, and then we'll take a closer look at Jaime Lannister. So here's his sword, not the same sword that he used on his sister. Those Lannisters are cochinos. But this is a very cool looking sword right here. Nice paint applications. I really like the silver paint right over there. It's very nicely sculpted, kind of has a nice edge to it, so it's pretty cool. As we look at the hilt over here, you can see all the sculpted detail. This is not looking too bad. That is really nice. Let's spin this around. Yeah, I like the little details like that. That's very cool. And here's looking at the sheath too. Nice paint sculpt right over here. And this is made out of a pretty stiff material. I'm really impressed with the belt on this figure. I like the details in here, but not only that, but I like that they've used this soft material over here. And the sword fits in there quite nicely. But unfortunately, the sword does not fit into either of his hands very well because the fingers are closed together where they meet the thumb. So you kind of have to get an X-Acto knife and split that open. You can clearly see where the thumb is painted into that pointing finger right there. Now, I think Funko did a great job with this head sculpt. I really think the face sculpt really resembles Nikolai Coster-Waldau very well. I think this looks great. Like those eyes right there. He has that stubbly chin and everything. You can see the facial hair right there. The hair is sculpted very nicely. I like the brown paint with over the black and everything. That looks really cool. Looking on the back over here. Again, sculpted nicely. Really well done on this figure. I think it's very realistic looking, and I like the flesh tone too. I'm very impressed with this armored section of the figure over here. This is detailed out very, very well. I like this bronze metallic color they used for it too. It's a bit brighter right over here on the shoulder section right here. This is made out of softer material, so you could use that articulation, which I'll show in a minute. But again, very nice shiny gold right over here. That is different from the main portion of his armor. I really like these shingled sections right over here. We get a different gold color right there on the forearm. I really like the paint detail right here in the glove and everything. You can see a little bit of the paint kind of chipping off right there in that elbow joint though. It really reminds me of Toy Biz Marvel Legends having that extra paint in those joints and seeing it flake off and everything. Great attention to detail with that little gold buckle. And I really like this section right over here. This is very, very cool. I'm digging this paint and I like how it's sculpted and everything. Same thing with the wash over this white section over here on his skirt. Looks great. And I really like the cape a lot for this figure too. It actually helps make it stand and everything. You can see it's tilted upward right here at the bottom so it rests on the floor so it's a little even with his feet. So I think that's great that they made that happen. Again, you can see that gray detail paint right there. Looking really, really cool. Really dig this a lot, man. All those sculpted wrinkles right there in the leg and everything look really good too. The boots look fantastic over here. Just all around a fantastic figure. Oh yeah, no peg holes at the bottom of his feet. Now the head can look up pretty well on this figure, but not a whole ton. Just a little bit that much. And you can get him to look down a little bit. His head does rotate side to side. And you do get a little bit neck pivot in there as well. He does have these soft shoulder pads over here, so you can squish that and move it upward that much. They do rotate forward. No bicep swivel. Like I said, it gets flaky around the elbow joints over here, but they do bend and they do rotate at the elbow. The wrists move side to side and they hinge up and down. He does have a waist joint that does rotate side to side, and you can pivot this waist joint just a little bit and it does crunch forward and back some. So I think that is really cool. He does have good leg articulation, but it does get hindered by this piece right there. So he can only move his legs out that much and he can kick forward only that much. So that's a little troublesome. He does rotate at the upper thigh. He has double jointed knees right there, and then his ankles do do move down, they rotate up a little bit, and they do have beautiful ankle pivot. See, these are like Marvel Legends, just like the Star Wars 6-inch Black Series. Now this figure stands just a little over 6 inches tall. And here's Jaime Lannister compared to the Hound figure. Thanks again, Theron. And you can see that he is a bit shorter than the Hound. Now one thing I want to say about these Funko action figures over here is that this guy's left arm broke off. Yeah, that's terrible. And I noticed the plastic is that clear, brittle kind of plastic we got on DC Collectibles. So that's like one thing that actually concerns me about the toy line. So far, this guy right over here has been fine. Nothing broken at all. And because Game of Thrones has knights in it, we have Jaime Lannister compared to the Jedi Knight Luke Skywalker, the Black Knight, and the Dark Knight. And of course, here he's next to the Marvel Legends Big Time Letdown Spider-Man. Now, I don't care how inaccurate this display is. I just think it's cool having knighted characters like this fighting each other. You know, the swords and the armor and everything. I don't know. I think these things are very, very cool. I like the articulation. I do recommend using some heat on some joints that might feel stiff. You may want to do that first just because there's a lot of paint on the figure and everything. And thanks again, Theron, for making this review possible, man. I really, really appreciate it. Thanks for sending these figures out to me, bro. I hope you guys liked my video. If you did, please hit that like button. Leave a comment. Let me know if you want to see more Game of Thrones action figure reviews. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out toynewseye.com for a photo gallery of images. And check out the Sharmus Wank channel for my daily vlog. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.
That's crispy.
And I noticed the plastic is kind of that clear, brittle. Hey, don't be a pinche joto, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button already if you haven't. Come on, man. Hit that subscribe or watch one of the videos below.